Okay, so we're going to start this exploration here together, and then in a little bit you are going to continue it and finish it on your own. We're exploring how negative exponents work and an exponent of 0 works. So in step 1, right here, it says complete the first 4 rows of the table to the right. So 2 to the 4th would be the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Okay, then you're going to continue that. So 2 to the 3rd, not 2 to the 3rd, there we go, is 8. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 to the 1st power just means 1, 2, so that's 2. Okay, so that's what we did there. All right, step 2. Look at the left column of the table, then describe the pattern in the exponents as you look from the top of the table to the bottom of the table. So they're talking about these exponents right here. What's the pattern of that? Go ahead and write that down. Pause the video if you need more time, but you should have written something about the exponents go down by 1. Okay, so now you have your written answer right here under number 2. And then number 3 says, based on your observations above, continue the pattern for the left column of the table. So if my exponents are going down by 1, the first power, minus 1, would be 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 2 to the negative 2, and 2 to the negative 3. Okay. And now we are on step 4. Observe the numbers in the right column of the table from top down. Describe the pattern you see. So we're looking 16, 8, 4, and 2. What pattern do you see there? You're going to write that down right here in part 4, right under number 4 there. Now the pattern that you should have described was either dividing by 2 or multiplying by a half. And for the sake of our experiment, our little exploration, multiplying it by a half is a better way to talk about it. You know that dividing by 2 and multiplying by 1/2 is the same thing, but I just want to refer to it as multiplying it by a half right now. So that's what we're going to do right now, is we're going to continue this pattern in purple on my paper. So 2 divided by 2, or 2 times a half, is what? 1, right? 2 over 1 times 1 over 2 equals 2 over 2, which is 1. All right, so now we have 1 times a half. Well, anything times 1 is what? Itself, so that's a half. And now we have a half times a half, which is 1/4. Now look at, we could have also written that as 1 over 2 to the 2nd power, right? Because there, oops, I got on my next piece of paper. 2 to the 2nd power, because there's a first power and there's a first power. And now we have 1/4 times 1/2 is 1/8. But what's another way to write 1/8? That could have been 1 over 2 to the 2nd, taking my original answer, times 1 over 2 to the first is 1 over 2 to the 3rd, because we add the exponents when we're multiplying. Okay, so that's what we have here. So look at the pattern, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. Interesting, 2 to the 0 was 1. 2 to the negative 1 was 1/2. 2 to the negative 2 was 1/4, or remember, I could have written it as 1 over 2 to the 2. And 2 to the negative 3 power is 1 over 2 to the 3, or 1/8. All right, so that was step 5. So what you're going to do right now, you're going to continue these pages doing the same thing, but now we have different numbers. Okay, so here's the base of 3, and then there's the base of 5. You can continue this throughout the rest of this lesson and see what you can observe and see if you can make any rules in your mind about what's going to happen each time you have an exponent of 0 or each time you have a negative exponent. All right, good job, you're off.